So you're ready to scale your account as a trader. A great way to do that is to trade with a prop firm. Today, we'll be looking at funding talent. What's good everybody, it's your boy Marcelino Cameron, and today we're going to be looking at pricing plans, rules, scaling plans, and everything got to do with the funding talent challenge model. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to watch until the end of the video to get my experience as well as to what I have experienced thus from purchasing up until receiving your account details and the whole happy bang lot. So as you guys know, I have finished my first week with funding talent, the challenge. So what you want to do is just watch until the end to get my experience. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is the accounts, guys, and the pricing on these accounts. So you get two types of accounts. You get the 25k account, which will be priced at $175. So if you guys are watching my previous video that I did make on prop firms, it will be slightly different because of this. The amount or the pricing plans has changed on the 1st of July, and my previous video was made in either at the end of May or at the start of June. Okay, then we have a $100,000 account or $100k account. That pricing plan increased by about $10 and it's going for $620. Okay guys, so all in all the price didn't change that drastically. You're looking at about a $20 increase on the previously priced at $155, now $175, and then a $10 increase from $610 to $620, okay, for each account respectively. So as mentioned, it was 25k and then 100k. What I do want to mention is that you do get a maximum account or a maximum amount that you can do on the challenge model, and that will be 300k. So what you can do is you can take 3 different 100k challenges, and if you pass them all, you will then be able to merge those accounts and get a main account of $300,000, okay? And that is the types of accounts. So the second thing we're going to be looking at today, guys, is the actual challenge model. Okay, I would like to say that there is a 2-step challenge model, which is known as the challenge and the verification. Okay, for the challenge, which is step 1, you need to achieve 8% profit target, and you need to achieve that within 30 days or 30 calendar days. Okay, which is actually 20 trading days. Just keep that into account. And then for the verification or step 2, what you will be looking at achieving is a 4% profit target, and you have 60 calendar days to achieve that. I do want to just mention, don't ask me how that actually works, because I don't know how it works. I don't know why the verification where you need to achieve only 4% compared to the step 1, which is 8%, and you have more days, which is 60 days compared to the 30 days. Doesn't make sense to me. However, that's the model. Guys, before we actually go on to the third thing, I do want to mention that I am not by any means affiliated with funding talent. I don't have an affiliation link. I don't have any affiliation with him. I don't work with him. I don't do anything. I'm just trying to provide you guys with the content so that you don't need to go anywhere else, but you can just watch this video and then you can make a decision based on all of the content within this video if you do want to apply for funding talent. However, I do want to mention I am trying to work out a way to actually get a discount from them for you guys, to get a discount link or some sort of thing for you guys to actually benefit from it. Okay, let me know in the comments down below, or let them know actually that you do want a link, and just boost the like so that I can actually take this to them as evidence that there is people who want a link or want something, some type of discount from them, and then I will be able to help you guys. The third thing we're looking at today is the drawdown rules. So you have 2 types of drawdown that you're going to have to take into account. Number 1 being daily drawdown. The daily drawdown is 5%, and I would just like to say, just before you actually calculate it based on equity, I would just say base it on the balance at the start, just to be safe about it, guys. Now it is based on equity. However, what I would like to say is just base it on the balance of the start, and don't go past that just for safety purposes. Don't go past 1,250 if you're doing the 25k account, and don't go past 5,000. If you, doesn't matter if you are up by 10,000, just set yourself that 4,500 per day to actually risk, okay? And then the second drawdown rule that you need to take into account is total drawdown on both accounts is 10%. So on the 25k it would be 2,500 and it would be 10,000 respectively on each account, okay? So 2,500 on the 25k and then 10,000 on the 100k. So if you had the 300k, it would be 30,000 then, okay? And then obviously your daily drawdown would be 15,000. Guys, I would just like to give you guys the advice. I feel like you shouldn't be getting anywhere close to actually exceeding that daily drawdown. But if you are looking at taking anything more than 3% per day, I would say cut it off at 4%, so that you are not actually violating any rules, or you're not even getting close to violating the rules. Because especially that daily drawdown, I feel like that's where a lot of people fail, or that's where a lot of people just lose their money, because you still have 6% at the end of the day, or you still have 5% to play with, and you can come back. But because you just over leveraged on the one day, you over traded, you had to suffer that consequences. So just end it at 4%, okay? The fourth thing we're looking at is minimum trading days within the challenge and verification. Is there minimum trading days at Funding Talent? I have brilliant news for you guys. With Funding Talent, there is no minimum trading days at all. So what does that mean? That means that you can actually get funded within 1 week if you are capable of doing that. If you are capable of getting 12% within 1 week, you can get funded within 1 week. If you are capable of getting 12% within 2 weeks, you can get funded within 2 weeks. But that obviously just means you are opening up your portfolio or your account, depending on how you look at it, to more risk, obviously. So if you can achieve 8% within one trade, what you can then do is go ahead and email Funding Talent support, and they will then get to you as soon as they obviously can and give you your verification details or your verification account details. You will then have to achieve 4% on that account, and as soon as you get that, what you will then start to do is trade that verification. If you pass that, they will then send you your next account where you can actually start trading. Very good. You don't have to wait that 10 days for a challenge, and then you don't have to wait that 10 days for a verification. So there is no minimum trading day. The fifth thing we're actually looking at now is news and holding trades over weekends. Can you hold trades through news, and can you trade over weekends? With Funding Talent, yes you can. You can hold trades through news. You will not lose your account, and this happens on the live account too. And you can hold trades over weekends, okay? So that is really good. You don't have to worry about losing your account through news, and you don't have to worry about closing a trade on a Friday. If you think it's a runner and you can let it go at break even, then let it go by all means. The sixth thing we're going to look at is consistency rules. Is there any consistency rules at Funding Talent? The great thing is that there's no consistency rules. There's no lot size limit. Obviously you have a 1 to 100 leverage, so that's going to limit your lot size, but however that is still very huge for your account, okay? So there's no, you don't have to risk 1% every time. You can risk 1%, and you can go up to 3%, and you can go down to 0.2%. There's no consistency rules. There's no lot size restriction. So the seventh thing that we're going to be looking at is trading styles. Is there any specific trading style that you have to trade with Funding Talent? No, there is not. You can be a swing trader, you can be a day trader, you can be a scalper. It doesn't really matter what type of trader you are. Obviously, if you are a position trader, this might not be for you, because then you are holding across a couple of months, okay? Here we are looking at more of people who's actually trading more often. So as a swing trader, you're really looking forward to holding over weekends, because you might hold from anywhere in between 3 to 2 weeks. As a day trader, you're not really worried about doing or looking at news. It's really this firm or this prop firm is really good at across all types of traders. Okay, so there's no real specific type of trader for this firm. Any trader can apply to become a trader at this firm. The eighth thing we're going to look at is EAs, or expert advisors. Are they allowed? Can you use them? I am sorry to say that you cannot really use expert advisors, or they are not allowed. However, I do want to mention, so expert advisors, the reason why they are not allowed is because they might be used by multiple people. And the way I see it, or the way I understood this rule, is that the funding talent or the firm wants you to basically trade your own type of strategy using your own rules so that they can diversify their risk. However, risk management type EAs, such as risk calculators and those things like magic keys, can be used. I would just say do email the support team. I have seen within the Discord or within the community of Forex, many people saying that they did get across to using an EA that they created personally, so it's only their strategy. So what I would suggest is, when it comes to expert advisors, if it is an EA that you have created and it's your strategy, go ahead and email the support, funding talent support, and then you can always hear what they have to say about EAs and your specific EA. With trade copiers, I would just say do email them. However, what I found out is that if you do want to use a trade copier, many people have mentioned that funding talent wants you to have their account as the master. So with trade copiers, you have your master account and you have your different slave accounts. So they want their funding talent account as your master account, and you can copy from your personal account onto the different accounts. Okay, so that's EAs. The ninth thing that we are looking at is martingale strategy. Can you use it? Can you trade it? The best thing I would say is go ahead and email support, guys. I know that this is kind of monotonous in me answering this, but go ahead and email support, and then you can find out if you can trade martingale strategy. Just in case, I find that it is a bit risky doing that, so that's up to you to find out whether you can do that. I don't personally use it, so I didn't necessarily find that it is important, but I do think you can do it. Just actually email support. Okay, the 10th thing we are looking at is hedging. Can you hedge at funding talent? And the answer is yes, you can hedge at funding talent. You can take hedging. 11th thing that we are looking at, okay, I didn't really think that through, but the 11th thing that we are looking at is elite accounts. What is elite accounts? The elite account is simply just the term that funding talent uses to actually describe their live account. So once you have passed the challenge and the verification, you now go on to an elite account. The elite account will have a leverage of 1 to 100. You will, as a new trader, this is a new rule that has been instituted. As a new trader, you will need to keep the account for at least 14 days before making your withdrawal, okay, your first withdrawal. And this is just because that a lot of people tend to get their accounts just before the withdrawal dates, and then what they will then do is they get the account 2 days before, they make some profit, and they will then contact support immediately to get their first withdrawal. However, this has put the support team, according to the CEO Jessica in the Discord, this has put the support team under immense pressure, and therefore they are actually putting or instituting this 14 days before you can actually make your first withdrawal. Now, do be aware that you don't actually have to trade within this 14 days. You just have to have the account for 14 days. Other than that, once the 14 days have passed, you don't have no minimum trading days to actually trade. So as I mentioned, you don't have to trade in that 14 days. You just have to hold the account for 14 days before you can make your first withdrawal. You don't have no profit targets to make. So if you make 1%, you can withdraw that 1%. If you make $1,000, you can withdraw it and you'll get your profit split. Okay. So no minimum profit target. You can make 1%, you can make 20%. You can make 100% depending on how much you can actually make. No minimum trading days. However, if you are new, to remember that you're going to have to hold on to that account for 14 days. You can take one trade and make profit with it, and then you can withdraw after 14 days, okay? The 12th thing that we are looking at today is payouts. When will you be able to receive your payout, or when will you be able to request your payout? So there is bi-weekly payouts. So unlike every other prop firm, Funding Talent has bi-weekly payouts. You will get a payout on the 1st of each month, and you will get a payout on the 15th of each month. Now bear in mind that you actually have to request this payout. You won't just actually get it, because some people do want to compound their accounts. So if you don't request, they are just assuming that you are compounding your account, and you don't want a payout on that specific date. However, you do get 2 payouts each month, the 1st and the 15th. You need to request at least 2 days ahead of time. So on the 28th, if there's 30 days, or on the 29th if there's 31 days in a month, and then on the 13th of each month, you do need to request that you are going to be taking your payout on that specific month, okay? The 13th thing that we're going to be looking at is profit splits. The profit split of Funding Talent is among the best in the game, guys. So the profit split is 80% for the trader and 20% for the firm. So Funding Talent only gets 20% of profits, and you get 80% of the profits, which is really, really good. This is up there, if not one of the best in the industry of prop firms, okay? The 14th thing we're going to be looking at is brokers. What broker does Funding Talent use? How's the commission? How's the spread? How does it actually look? So the broker that Funding Talent uses on the challenge and on elite accounts now is their own server. It's called Funding Talent server. The spreads are extremely good on major pairs such as Euro USD. There's about 1 to 2 points of spread. You do know that in between, in volatility, the spread does rise a bit, but it doesn't rise too much. It's about 2 points in very volatile times, but more likely than not, it's 1 point, okay? And then for GBP USD is 1.2 in before London or pre-London markets. You will see it rises up to like a 3, but it doesn't. I've never seen it for this whole week being on the Funding Talent server. I haven't ever seen GBP USD above 5 points, which is really, really great, guys. You have great spread. The biggest thing for me about this Funding Talent server is the commission. There is no commission, at least on the major pairs that I've been trading. GBP USD, Euro USD, USD CHF, Euro JPY, those are the pairs that I trade. AUD USD, there is no commission at all on them. That is brilliant. The 15th thing that we are looking at, and I would think this is the last thing that we are looking at, is the scaling plan, guys. The scaling plan is a bit unique because you do have to have your account for at least 3 months before you actually get the option of scaling, okay? You will need to be profitable 2 out of those 3 months, so you need to be in profit for 2 out of those 3 months, and in those 2 months that you are profitable, you would need to have at least achieved 3%. So that means for, let's say for this quarter, the 3rd quarter of 2021, if you are looking at trading with Funding Talent and you would like to get the scaling plan, or you would like to get scaled up, 2 out of those 3 months, so either July and August or July and September, you would have need to achieve 3% for either one of those 3 months. So July, August, September, either one of those 3 months, you need to at least achieve 3% for 2 of them, and then the one of them can be in slight negative or even slight bigger, it doesn't really matter. And then what will happen is they will scale your account or the account balance by 25%. So if you are on 100,000, they will give you an extra 25,000. If you are on 300,000, they will give you an extra 25%. Let me do my calculations and check math. So that's 30 plus 30, 60, 75. So then they will scale you up to 375,000 after 3 months of consistently achieving, or out of those 2 months getting just 3%, guys. That's the scaling plan. So finally, guys, we have come to the moment where we are looking at my personal experience of Funding Talent. So we're going to be looking at a couple of things that I've experienced, okay? And I'm just going to be talking from my personal experience. Website usability. I would like to mention that it is quite easy to actually sign up and pay. There is multiple methods for payments. So yeah, my payment basically went through really quick in terms of actually getting the payment and then getting them to send my invoice. That process was actually really quick and easy. However, I do want to mention the metrics of Funding Talent it's not the best. Like the actual look of it, the look of the site, it just looks a bit weird to me, just because I was so used to actually doing the free trial on FTMO, and their equity curve just looked really good, the look of it, okay? However, the usability of the website on Funding Talent is quite easy. It's really dummy proof because I'm not the best with those type of things. What else do we have to take into account? We have to take into account support, guys. The actual support team of Funding Talent, I will give them an A+, just because they get to you as fast as they actually can. So they actually send the invoice, as I mentioned. They send you your order number, your receipt number, and then they do get to you fast, because I did want to start a day after I actually purchased it. And with Funding Talent, you do need, when the moment you purchase the account, that's the day it actually starts. So I contacted support telling them, look, I want to start on this day. I purchased it the Sunday, I want to start on the Monday, and they were like, okay, cool, no worries, we actually have it handled. And then in terms of actually receiving my account credentials, on the site it does say you need to wait up to 24 hours. However, I received it within 2 hours, guys. That is really good. I received those account credentials within 2 hours. It was brilliant. Support as a whole from Funding Talent, I would like to give that team actually a thumbs up, because they are good. What other methods or what other ways can you communicate with them? They do have a Discord channel that if you do request it via the support or an email, you send email support@fundingtalent. whatever that is, and you'll get a link that you click on, and that will then take you into a Discord, and there you can ask any questions. You can see the announcement that the CEO makes, the announcements that support team makes, and then you can also see chats actually with people who has paid for the challenge, people who are funded. They show you the payouts, they have a leaderboard, and all of those things going on within that Discord. And then for me, the big thing, as I mentioned on one of my videos that I make, one of those episodes, I think it was the first or the second episode, my first trade, I can't believe this Funding Talent server, guys. It's something that I've never ever seen on MT4. The fact that there's no commissions, the fact that there is the spreads are so tight, I cannot believe it. Trading on FTMO on the tiles, you can see the commission that the commission actually looks like it's a lot. So when you get a break even, you can see, especially pre-London, when you trade in slightly bigger lots because you are a scalper or you are a day trader, you'll see that the commissions actually start to eat up a 0.25%, 0.3%. But now with Funding Talent, there is no commission. So if you get a break even, it's actually break even. You don't have to say you are now down 0.3% because of commission. So that is mind blowing for me, mind boggling, whatever you want to call it. So those are my points from Funding Talent. The cons, those are the pros from Funding Talent and my personal experience. So if you do want to, or if you are gonna go with Funding Talent, guys, this is all of the information you really need. Do comment down below if you are thinking of going with Funding Talent and joining me in this process of actually getting funded and then moving on to becoming a professional trader. Okay, have a wonderful day further. Have a brilliant week. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, guys. I do a ton of research to actually get these videos out to you so that you guys can just sit in the comfort of your home and you don't have to do all of this research for yourself when you're trying to find a prop firm. So hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm gods can be on my side. Don't forget to comment down below if there is any other prop firms that you want me to look at. Yeah, this is an objective view from myself. Peace out.